ATC, that's a really, really great question, and I'm really so happy that you asked it. And it's really apropos, too, because I've had a really spoony day today with procedures and medication and trying not to get the glare in my eyes. But that's why I'm laying down, and that's why I sound like crap. So, Spoonie Life. There was an article written by, I think it was a girl named Catherine, and she had a friend, and her friend was asking her what it was like to live with lupus. And to explain it, she gave her friend a bunch of spoons. They were at a diner. And she says, okay, go through your day. And her friend kind of laughed like it was a joke. And she's like, well, I get up and I get ready. And she's like, hold on. You might have a fever that day. You might wake up and feel awful. You might have to actually drag yourself out of bed. So I'm going to take one of your spoons. One of your spoons for getting up is gone. So she's like, okay. And she's like, okay, so I get in the shower. One more spoon is gone. And that happens to me all the time. A lot of the time I don't get to go places because, one, I'm in my pajamas and I'm on the couch. This is me on the couch. And I'm exhausted. I am completely exhausted. And I don't have the strength, literally, to get up to go to the bathroom, much less, or I barely have the strength to do that, much less shower. And showering can exhaust me. I get out, I put a towel around myself, and I have to sit down for 3-4 minutes before I can get back up. And then there's doing my hair, there's doing my makeup. That's why I have a super short haircut. Because literally, I mean, my hair was wash and go anyway, but now it's really wash and go, like, yeah, yay, nasty second day hair without any product in it. So sexy. Spoonie Life. So anyway, taking shower. Getting dressed. For the girl that wrote the article, I hope her name's Catherine. If I get it wrong, I'll correct it. If her fingers were hurting really bad, buttons were out of the question. There were no buttons involved. If she was running a fever, she needed to pay attention to her body temperature. So that takes longer to get ready. And so the girl realized, her best friend realized that she was down like 3-4 spoons and she hadn't even left the house yet. Yeah. Then there's driving, where you have to really pay attention. And for me, it's my back and my legs that are the most problems, that spike with the most pain, with the most intensity outside of migraines. And so driving, I can get a shooting pain right up, you can't see my foot, but I'm pointing at it, right up the arch of my leg, into my knee and into my hips so bad that I want to scream. So driving, I have to be really, really careful driving and really pay attention to my pain level. So long driving trips, going to Dallas is hard. And Dallas is like, what, 20-30 minutes away? Arlington's pretty good, but Dallas, it gets hairy. So, you know, those are another couple spoons that you lose. And then she was also explaining to her friend, you know, you can try to borrow spoons against the next day. And I've tried to do that, especially with conventions. Be like, okay, I'm shaking, I'm sorry. Spoonie day. What was I saying? Oh yeah, against the next day. But that's not usually a good idea, because the next day you might be sick. The next day you might be in more pain than you were today. So borrowing against it, trying to get more spoons, you know. She explains that everyone has a certain number of spoons and have a certain amount of choices that they can make in the hours of the day. But when you have an autoimmune disorder, when you're sick, you have less spoons. Therefore, you have less energy. I guess the spoons can really represent time and energy. And at the end of this little experiment, her friend was really depressed, because she's like, I don't have any spoons left and I barely got anything done. I couldn't go shopping. I couldn't hang out with my friends. I couldn't make myself dinner, because if I made myself dinner, then maybe I couldn't shower or take off my makeup. She had all these choices that she didn't even realize that she was having to make throughout the day. And that's what being a spoonie is. And Spoonie Life is that you only have a set of spoons, and that's it. So this is how you have to spend your time. And the way she made her friend feel better, and probably made her cry a little bit, was that, but you know what? I've given one of my spoons to you. You have one of my spoons. So the people that I spend time with, the activities that I do, I have to really take the time and consider who I'm spending time with, what I'm doing, and how it's going to affect me the next day, and if it's going to be worth it. Everything I've ever done, with you, with some of my other friends, with conventions, even though I didn't get to do a lot this year, I've never regretted spending my spoons with you. It's turned into a love fest. But yeah, that is what Spoonie Life is. It's living with a limited number of spoons and having to go through procedures like today and be in boy shirts and no makeup, and it's clean, kind of. I even have gray hair. One of the nurses commented today, "I love your gray hair." Like, do you want it? You can have it. I'd rather it be like brown or black so you could see it. But yeah, that is what Spoonie Life is, my darling girl. And it sucks, but it really makes you think. It makes you, I thought I'd be covering the microphone this entire time, which won't help you hearing me. But it just makes you think about how you use your time and who's really important in your life and who gets your time, and because there's only a limited number of spoons. Do I have a spoon? Oh, hey, look! Spoonie Life! I have a spoon for you! Can I do this? Not on my life. Alright. So my question to you is, since we were talking about conventions and anime, I think the first costume that you ever made for a convention was Twilight Suzuka, and that was the first time we cosplayed together when I was Hot Ice Hilda. So tell me about your first con experience and how you liked it and what you did, and what was super special for you. I have a light in my eye. For me, the first time I ever went into a con situation, I didn't even know about cosplay. I was like, here, my little spoons, my little friend. I was walking around going, people can do this? This is like Disney World. Oh my god, I have to do this. And I have to. This is just, it has to be part of my life. My first official cosplay, I dressed up as Sarah's Victoria for Halloween, but my first official cosplay at a convention was Robin Senna, and my ex at the time, my ex now, so my boyfriend at the time, was Amun, and he refused to dye his hair or take off his glasses or let anybody touch me. It was pretty funny. I used my own hair. It was super, super long and super blonde, and I put it in those little high pigtails and wrapped it with, you know, the red. It was so much fun. My ex made the choker thing, and I had people running up to us and crying and be like, "Could you hug her? Just hug her!" And I was like, okay, could you hug me? Because I think they're gonna die or have an aneurysm if you don't. But now it's my favorite thing ever, and I loved cosplaying with you and the other person at the time. It was so much fun, and we were so awesome, and we got some awesome pictures. But yeah, your first con experience, what was it like? It doesn't have to center around cosplay. I mean, there was so many cute things in the artist alley and the dealer's room. Oh, I spent so much money in the dealer's room. I don't even do that anymore. Like, coming home with taking pictures of the swag. I didn't even know that was a thing until like 3 years ago, and too much money spent, man. It's too crazy. But yeah, I love you so much, and I'll talk to you later.